Well, hello again YouTube, it's Mr. Analytical here, and another quick video on the Gear Smartwatch, the newest one here, which is the Gear Sport. And I just put both of them on my wrist here so that you could see the difference in size if you're still trying to make up your mind which to go for at this point. So this is the Samsung Gear S3, and this one is the Samsung Sport. So you can see there the difference in the size. The watch band's 22mm here and 20mm here. So you can see there's quite a difference in size there. You can see the buckles at the back it's a bit bigger on the Gear S3, and this is the Gear Sport. You can see the strap is finer. I'll just swap the two around for you and let you see what that looks like as well. So there you go, now we have the Gear S3 on the bottom of my wrist, and we've got the Gear Sport further up there, just to give you an idea in case you think it looks different just from a different perspective. You can see there's not that much difference in the height of them. You can see the strap's definitely more wider and more robust, more manly perhaps, on the Gear Frontier, the S3 Frontier. So that's the Gear Sport and the Gear S3. So what I was going to do in this video was have a look. You can see there as well we have got the same watch face available on the two. So we'll park the Gear S3 to the side for now. And we're going to have a look at the widgets that are available within the new Gear Sport. So to do that, obviously you swipe to the right to view all the different widgets that are there. So if we just go through the ones that we have on the screen, and then we'll go through the additional ones that are in the background that you can add additionally. So we've got here the calories burned, and it gives you the day before result or total, which was 1682 in my case, and 1315 today, 1315 today. So that's your calories burnt. And then the next one we have is our steps. So you can see there it gives you the target 6,000, what we've done yesterday, and what we've done today so far 5,796. So a few couple of hundred more I'll be at my target, and it gives you the percentage there. You're 96% of your steps done of your target. So that's the step one. If you click on it, you can actually see your step history across the previous days. So there's this week for example, and this week's average 4,200, and you can view dates individually, and you can go into the settings here by hitting the little three dots on the side, and that lets you change your target and what notifications it gives you relating to your steps. So just pressing the back key here to get back to the widget. So then we've got floor target, and you can see there that I've got one, and again you can tap on the screen, that brings you in to show you the recent day's steps, or sorry, floors. So you can see there each day that we've done so far, and this week's average 2 floors, and you can view each date individually. And again you can hit the 3 dots on the side, which will bring you into individual dates, and obviously the settings and the wee help window as well. So just pressing again the back key, that brings us back to the widget. So we've got the heart rate widget, and as soon as you go into the heart rate widget it starts to measure your heart rate. So you can see there today's heart rate range has been from 59 to 73, and it's saying now that the heart rate is at 68 beats per minute. So that's the heart rate widget. Anytime you go in there it seems to be measuring straight away. You can just swipe out of that. So exercise, let's start a new workout. So that's the exercise widget, so you can just go straight in there and hit workout and select the workout type and so on. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to make the video too long for you. Running, walking, swimming and cycling, so we have another widget there, except in addition to the exercise one, which you can go in and just go into a particular activity straight away. And we have here the weather. So we've got the moisture level, humidity level in the air is 40%. On the right hand side then, the UV. So you can see there UV, and it's got low UV, so obviously there's not much sun. I'm based in Ireland here in the UK, so it's pretty lack of sun at the moment. So you can click on there and it gives you more details on that. So we'll just zoom out a little bit here. So 3 degrees higher than yesterday, feels like 10 degrees, and I would agree with that. UV index, and it gives you all the information on the next few days. So that's the weather widget, and then you've got basically the play and pause settings here. So you can see here that it says over the horizon, so that's music that's on the watch. You can see a little watch icon in the top right there, so that indicates that you're going to play something that's on your watch, and if you press on there it'll change to be playing something that's on your phone. So if I just bring the phone into view here, if I have, say, a YouTube video or something on, and if I go to the phone by pressing on the watch, it changes to phone, and you'll see there it mirrors what I'm playing on YouTube on the phone. And if I press play, then you'll see the video starts to play, and pause, and it pauses. And then of course I have also got volume. Press the volume icon, reduce the volume, and I can increase the volume. Video here which is going to show all the pre-installed watch faces on the new Samsung Sport, Samsung Gear Sport. And pause. So that's really good. You can have your phone sitting back, maybe watching something, and then with your watch you can pause and start and stop your video or your music track. So that's the music player widget. So the next little widget we'll have a look at is basically your calendar events type window. So if you you can create a new itinerary item on your calendar, and it'll be listed there. Then whatever you have, say 28th Saturday, it would list there the dentist or whatever you'd created, even on into the future. So you can then, next widget is create reminder. So you can go to create reminder and then write what you want, or you can speak what you'd like. So I'm going to remind myself to buy a shaver, buy shaver, SHAVER. Now I know there's different keyboards and things you can get for apps, but you guys can experiment with that. So buy shaver, you hit done, and then you can set the time. So if I wanted to remind me at, say, 12 o'clock, so let's say 10 o'clock, so put that to 00. So I want to set it at 10 o'clock, and on the previous Gear S3 you couldn't set it for any more than 24 hours in the future, but with this I could set this for 10 o'clock any day. So just press 10 o'clock, hit next, and it gives me the option to set a date, which is thumbs up for that, Samsung. I'm very pleased to see that we can now set a reminder for a date in the future. So just go date, select your date, 30th of October, set, and never repeat, or repeat it every day, every week, every month, or every year. So that's really good. That's a bit of a upgrade, if you want to call it. So hit done, and there you've got your reminder, buy shaver, 30th of the 10th at 10 o'clock, and then when you do that, complete that task, you can just tick a new box, and that strokes it out, and that lets you know that you've bought your shaver and on to the next task. So that's the reminder widget. Okay, so let's see, now you come to the add widget button. Now this is for, there's other widgets available that we haven't gone through and that aren't by default active on your watch. So you just hit add widget. Now you can see here all the different widgets that you can add, and I suppose we may as well just go through them one by one. I suppose we could add one of each. So let's add an alarm. So there you go, let's add alarm, and basically now we've got a widget called add alarm, and so you can add your alarm to get up in the morning, whatever. And the point to note, of course, on the Gear Sport there's no speaker, so don't set this expecting to hear an audible beep. This is going to work on vibration. So if you want to set an alarm for 4 o'clock on Saturday and hit save, that'll be set for next Saturday, because we're after 4 o'clock. It'll be set for next Saturday at 4 o'clock. And bear in mind, you see the little symbol up at the top, you can press that if you want, but there's no option to change it because there is no speaker on this watch. So you would have to go back to the the Gear S3, and on it you had basically you could set the time and you could repeat and you could have sound or vibration. So if you really need sound or you want to have it sitting by your bedside with the alarm set, then you need to go for the Samsung Gear S3. And so that'll be the same if it's sitting on the charger or wherever it's sitting. So let's have a look. That was the alarm widget. Let's add another widget. May as well keep going. So we've got altimeter and barometer, and so we can hit, we've got the refresh button here, so press that and it'll basically ask you to go to sea level because it needs to calibrate where 0 is. So you can do that in your own time. So let's say we can say go here, saying that we're at sea level, and that's just confirming that you're happy to send weather or your location data. So we'll just not worry about that now. You guys can experiment with that, but that's the altimeter, and that'll sort of give you low pressure warnings or weather warnings, and it'll show you the barometer. If you swipe to the right, it'll show you basically what the pressure is at the moment, and you can see the last 6 hours there. It'll sort of give you data, historic data, and you'll be able to see any changes in pressure coming through. And then you've got settings, auto refresh, manual calibration, pressure alerts and so on in there. So let's go and add another widget and see what else we've got. Add a widget. And we've got app shortcuts. Now this is really interesting because the last time you could only have 4 app shortcuts, and now you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shortcuts, so that's really good. And on the Gear S3 I had installed an app called app widgets or something like that, and it had maybe 16 apps on the one screen, but I could probably survive with this amount of apps, and I'll probably set that up as one of my screens and put what I commonly use on that, and that's dead handy, quick shortcut way of getting to the apps that you actually use. And okay, let's go ahead and add another widget. So we've got calendar, and that's basically self-explanatory. It's just got a daily or a monthly calendar there, and you can hit the up and down arrow at the bottom to go between months, or you can press on a day and create an event, and if there's any events coming up, it'll let you know. For example, there's daylight saving time tomorrow, Sunday the 29th, that we need to change our clocks here in the UK. Okay, so that's the calendar. So again, let's add another widget and see what else we've got. We've got a contacts widget, so we can add basically, oh, we've just discovered something. 15 widgets is the maximum you can have. So basically add contacts there. You can have 4 contacts on one screen. So I'm going to actually remove that widget because I want to obviously show you the other widgets. So to remove a widget, you just press and hold on it. It'll come up a little minus symbol in the top right, and you just tap on the minus symbol and that get rid of it. So I'm going to get rid of a few here, calendar as well. So let's hit add widget again and see what else there is. So we've got news briefing. So basically this is I think it's called Flipkart, yeah. And then you basically tap on the screen and that loads news articles to whatever is most recent, and you just have to agree to a little privacy agreement, and then select your topics that work well for you, and that'll give you little news briefings. But I'm just going to remove that for now. I'm going to add another widget, and we've got a 24-hour log widget. So this one just really gives you all your fitness data. So you've got the 24 hours around the clock face, and you've got the current time, and then you have your active time, your time when you were very active, your time when you were moderately active, and your time when you were at rest, basically. Or as it says, Z, there's a little Z above that shoe there, indicating that you're sleeping. Okay, so add another widget. We've got basically then you can have a caffeine widget, so that keeps a track of, you know, how many your caffeine intake. So you basically press plus there each time you take a cup of coffee, and you can set yourself a target, again hitting the 3 dots, and there's your daily target of 1 cup, but I don't drink coffee, so I'm not going to need this one. So I'll just go back to get the caffeine widget, press and hold, hit the minus symbol to remove it, and let's hit the plus again, and let's see what else we've got. We've got similar to the caffeine, we have, I think you have water as well, so you've got another one there for water. So that's self-explanatory. You just hit plus on your cup of water, and you can set that up to be whatever number of milliliters that you put in your cup. That's if you use the same cup every time. So that's the water widget, and we skipped a few there, but let's go back and see. We've got the challenges widget, which is basically if you want to challenge somebody else who has the same watch. You can see who completes the most steps or things like that. So you just tap on there to set it up, enable together in Samsung Health on the phone. So that's using the companion app on the phone, and we'll not actually go into that at the moment, but I'll just remove the widget for now, just so I can show. You can see there it's prompting me to change the challenge data on the phone. So there we go. We've got a leaderboard which shows you where you are in terms of the whole world, or all users, or male or female. You can have a little play with that, and that's just in terms of your step data. There's me way down at the bottom, so I have a lot of work to do, and you can page through, between your age group and so on. You have to set up obviously on your companion app on the phone, and there's all users. Okay, so again, let's jump in, see what else. There's loads of widgets come as standard in the watch. You can have any 15 then basically set up. We've got weather, we've got world clock then as another option, and that's the last one. So basically you can set another time zone, and you basically just add the city there, and it'll show you the world time. So that's the different widgets that you can have, guys, on the sport watch. So you can see there's loads of options there. You can have it customized with a lot of sporty things, or you can have it customized with more office based, like settings and your message icons and so on. You can put them in here. Another thing to point out is you can basically position these widgets wherever you want. So for example, this shortcut widget, I would like to be able to go from my watch face straight to the shortcut widget, so I'll show you how to do that. You basically go to the widget you'd like to move, which is this one, press and hold. You get the little minus sign, again press and hold, and just drag that widget to the left, and you can keep moving it until it's in the first widget position, and you'll see a little dot at the top moving to the left until it can't move to the left anymore, and that's it now in position. You press your back key, and now you'll see that I've got my watch face, and swipe once to the right, and I've got my shortcuts menu. So that's really good, and you can see there obviously that you can go into that and hit edit, and that'll enable you to put whatever you want on the shortcut screen. So it's basically it'll show you your recent apps by default, but you can hit a plus icon and set whatever you want to be there all the time. So something I want is definitely the alarm clock, but I see it is already there, so I'll just go back out. So that's useful to know, that you can just basically rearrange. If you don't generally look at your calories burned, you can press and hold again, press and hold, and swing it over to the right so that it's sort of further down the list, and you can rearrange those until your heart's content. Another thing I did notice as well, guys, if you go into your watch faces, to pick a different watch face, press and hold on your watch face, and that gives you all the watch faces that you've got. Well, if you're going to load maybe 20-30 watch faces that you can pick between, you can see here, if I quickly spin the dial to the left or to the right, I can get them all loaded onto one screen, and that's easier to pick than basically a different watch face, because you can actually see them all there. So isn't that pretty cool? And then you can basically pick whatever one that you want. So I'll just show you again how to do that. Press and hold on your watch face, quick spin to the side gives you 4, another quick spin to the side gives you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and of course you can roll then. So it's a really quick way of just seeing all the watch faces that you have loaded on your watch. So guys, I'll stop there because I don't want to make the video too long. I'm conscious that you'll be getting bored listening to my ramblings, but that was all the widgets that we have on the watch face and how to rearrange them. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video showing you a bit more detail on the Samsung Sport, and chat to you soon, and comment below as usual, and have a nice day. Bye bye.